Mphathi wohlelo, His Excellency, the President of the Republic of South Africa, the Honorable Mr. Cyril Ramaphosa, His Majesty the King Mangosuthu Buthelezi, the King of the Zulu Nation in absentia, members of the Buthelezi family and the Zulu royal family, the Most Reverend Dr. Thabo Makgoba, the Archbishop of Cape Town, Their Majesties, the visiting kings and queens of various nations, heads of state and former heads of state, members of the Buthelezi clan, Amakosi, Izinduna, ministers, deputy ministers, leaders of government at all levels, the leadership of Inkatha Freedom Party, the leaders of all political organizations present today, members of the Royal Welsh Regiment, members of the diplomatic corps and international guests, members of the Zulu Nation, and all who are grieving with us in spirit. Today is a sad day as we bow our heads and say fare thee well to Shenge. The task of conveying the IFP's gratitude and love for Umntwana Waphindangene as he is laid to rest is quite overwhelming. There are no words to express what is in our hearts as IFP leaders, members, and supporters. There is tremendous pain and an ocean of sorrow, for we have lost our father, our master, our hero, our mentor, our leader, and the giant of Africa. But beyond all our grief is the quiet foundation of strength that he gave to us. In this terrible moment, we stand on that strength yet again, so that we will be able to do what is required of us. Our duty today, despite our pain, is to bid farewell to Umntwana Waphindangene in a manner befitting what he meant to us. On behalf of the IFP, the party that the Prince of Waphindangene founded and served for 48 years, express our condolences to the Honorable Princess Phumzile Nophiwa, His Royal Highness Prince Ntuthuko Zuzifa, the Honorable Princess Angela Sibuyiselwe, and the entire Buthelezi family. I also offer our deepest sympathy to His Majesty the King and to the royal family, to the Buthelezi clan, Amakosi of the Zulu Nation, and the entire nation of South Africa. We recognize that Umntwana belonged to you. It only seemed that he belonged to everyone, for he served this country that he loved so much with a spirit of humility and common touch. He was a genuine friend to anyone who sought his friendship, and a rare quality in a politician. He never asked what is in it for me? But he always asked, what can I do for you? It is not surprising then that so many feel they have a claim on Prince Buthelezi, for he touched lives in a very unique way. The IFP undoubtedly laid the greatest claim. We demanded the lion's share of Umntwana even when he was serving as a South Africa's Minister of Home Affairs, even when he was acting President of the Republic, even when he was fulfilling his duties as a traditional Prime Minister to the Zulu monarch and nation, and when he was serving the Buthelezi clan, and when he was engaged in the work of conservation, education, and community empowerment. To us, he was still, first and foremost, the IFP's greatest treasure, our most formidable weapon, and our guiding light. We were enormously proud of the work he did, and more so of the quality of his character, his integrity, and immovable principles blessed us with a sense of stability. We always knew that Umntwana will do the right thing and will lead us to the right path. We safely trusted his judgment, and it never failed. My personal story of being mentored by this remarkable leader is likely similar to the stories of many. Prince Buthelezi was able to look into the soul of ordinary people and call forth the greatness within. He treated us as the leaders he believed we could be, and walked with us until we became those leaders. No wonder so many people from such diverse backgrounds abandoned their own paths and hitched their wake on to the star of Prince Buthelezi. When he founded Inkatha Nkululeko Yesizwe on the 21st of March 1975, Prince Buthelezi was acting on the advice of President Kenneth Kaunda and the leaders of the frontline states with the approval of Mr. Oliver Tambo. Inkatha was intended to reignite political mobilization towards liberation upon our own soil. Despite being closely watched and often harassed by the apartheid regime, Prince Buthelezi was never afraid to declare that Inkatha sought South Africa's freedom from political oppression and social injustice. He instilled in Inkatha the values of integrity, discipline, and servant leadership. He taught us the importance of self-help and self-reliance. He showed us how to empower the vulnerable, how to honor women, and how to treat everyone with dignity. Inkatha was a democratic organization from the start, for the Prince of Kwapindangene believed in collective wisdom and seeking consensus. He believed in inclusive participation and giving everyone a stake in the outcome. Throughout Inkatha, he brought real change to the lives of our people who were not only oppressed, but neglected and living in poverty. Through his leadership, he built more than 6,000 classrooms. He built clinics. He built townships. A practical example, Ulundi Township, which was a forest before he ascended to the throne. He built hospitals. He built many training colleges, including the Mangosuthu University of Technology, which he built with the assistance of the Oppenheimer family and the Anglo-American. He established Itala Bank to champion the local economic development. He built factories and industries, creating jobs, which he protected when he refused to support disinvestment. Under his leadership, families could put food on the table. Children were educated and got jobs after graduation, unlike what we see today. The youth were trained with vocational skills, and women were honored as the backbone of our society. At all this, he accomplished for our people under the iron fist of the apartheid. We have never needed a champion more than in the chapter of our country's history, and Prince Buthelezi became our champion. We in Inkatha learned a great deal from his leadership. The greatest lesson was perhaps the hardest, the lesson to forgive. I've never met a man with such an enormous capacity to forgive, and I doubt I will ever meet another one. He was simply extraordinary. He faced the immense pain of being unjustly vilified by the very leaders whose mandate he was acting. Yet he refused to abandon the mandate. He forgave again and again, trusting in the Lord's guidance and constant protection. When the black-on-black violence of our people occurred and claimed innocent lives, he kept a level head and constantly urged against retaliation. I remember him saying, I quote, "I was opposed to the armed struggle, not because I did not experience the burning pent-up frustration, but because I knew it will only reduce our country to a human wasteland," close quote. The loss of life on all sides struck a deep wound in his heart, and long after liberation, he is still worried about the many other wounded hearts in our nation. He sought reconciliation with the ANC right to the end of his days. He made his pleas again and again that the issue of reconciliation be finalized. As the president of the IFP, I want to place on record that we will strive to ensure that the IFP remains a strong force to be reckoned with, to rebuild our country as we move forward as the nation of South Africa. Mphathi wohlelo, from a political point of view, it will be amiss of me not to thank the President of the Republic, accordingly, Honorable Ramaphosa, for according Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi Level 1 Special State Funeral. I want to thank you, Honorable President Ramaphosa, for not using your political spectacles, but honored accordingly the great son of Africa. I also want to thank the Excellencies, Honorable Mbeki, Honorable Mohlante, Honorable Zuma, and Honorable Obasanjo. You know the journey you traveled with the Prince of Wapindangene. Your presence to honor him speaks volumes. I also offer the profound gratitude on behalf of the IFP to leaders Honorable Malema, Honorable Steenhuisen, General Hlabisa, Honorable Musmaimane, and your delegation for the time you take to come and honor umntwana waphindangene. Sengiphethe mphathi wohlelo. Namhlanje sonke sigebisa amakhanda ethu ukuhlonipha ukudlula emhlabeni komntwana waphindangene. Sonke sisho ngazwi linye ukuthi uwile umuthi omkhulu. Iwile insizwa yase-Afrika. Egameni leqembu lenkatha yenkululeko ngikhalela isilo samabandla, isizwe sakwaButhelezi, umndeni wakwaButhelezi neningizimu neAfrika yonke. Mangikhalela isilo samabandla, silo esikhulu, insika yakho nodondolo obudondolozele ngalo namhla lwephukile. Noma sishayekile sikhala izinyembezi, inhliziyo zethu zifana nezophayo. Siyabonga kumdali ngokuseboleka isidalwa sakhe esingumntwana waphindangene ebesineziphiwo ezimangalisayo. Hamba kahle Shenge, hamba kahle ndoda yethemba, hamba kahle mabhanga walingani nabafokazana, hamba kahle Ndigidi, hamba kahle qhawe lamaqhawe, qhawe lase-Afrika. Uyibekile induku ebandla, imisebenzi yakho iyosala ikufakazela. Lala ngokuthula uphumule sondiya. Ngiyabonga mphathi wohlelo.